Xyler exchanged glances with his crew. This was a powerful revelation. "So, the fleet is still here? It can still be used?" he asked, hope rising in his chest. "Yes," Aegis replied. "The fleet remains dormant, waiting for a worthy commander. But it is not merely a tool of war, it holds the memories and hopes of humanity. To control it is a great responsibility." Rena, the enthusiastic crew member, leaned in closer. "What kind of technology do the ships have? Can they fight?" "Each ship is equipped with advanced weapons and defense systems," Aegis explained. "They can travel faster than light and engage in combat like no other fleet in the galaxy. But they also possess the knowledge of peace. You must choose wisely how to use this power." Xyler felt a rush of adrenaline. The fleet could make the Zelthari Empire the strongest in the galaxy. Yet he remembered Ilara's warnings. "What if we misuse this power?" he asked, concern creeping into his voice. "What if we become like the humans?" Aegis's light flickered as if acknowledging his question. Every choice has consequences. Humanity's greatest flaw was their failure to learn from their past. "You must be different." The room fell silent as the weight of Aegis's words sank in. Ilara took a deep breath, breaking the tension. "We need to understand how to control the fleet. Can you help us, Aegis?" "I can guide you," Aegis replied. "But you must prove that you are worthy of this knowledge. You must learn to honor the legacy of humanity." Xyler nodded, feeling the weight of responsibility on his shoulders. "We will honor humanity's legacy. We will learn from their mistakes." Suddenly, the lights in the room brightened, and holographic images of the war fleet began to materialize around them. Massive ships, gleaming with advanced technology, floated in mid-air. Each ship was a masterpiece of engineering, with sleek designs and intricate details. "Behold the fleet," Aegis announced. "These ships were built for defense and exploration. They have been waiting for their next commander." The Zelthari stared in awe. "They are beautiful," Rena whispered, her eyes wide with wonder. Xyler pointed to one of the ships, larger than the others. "What is that one?" "That is the Elysium, the flagship of the fleet," Aegis explained. "It was designed to lead the charge in battle and protect its allies. Its systems are the most advanced and will respond to the command of a worthy leader." Ilara felt a mix of excitement and fear. "Can we really command such power?" "What if we fail?" Aegis's voice was steady. "With knowledge comes strength. You must learn to work together, to build trust among yourselves, and to respect the legacy you have inherited." Xyler felt a new determination rise within him. "We will learn. We will prove ourselves worthy of this fleet." As they absorbed the magnitude of the moment, the Zelthari explorers knew their lives had changed forever. They were not just visitors on a forgotten planet. They were now part of humanity's story. They had awakened a legacy, and the responsibility to protect it rested in their hands. The room buzzed with excitement as the Zelthari explorers marveled at the images of the war fleet. Each ship was more impressive than the last, and their potential filled the air with energy. But beneath the excitement lay a tension that was hard to ignore. Xyler, the commander, felt a heavy weight on his shoulders. "Now that we know what we have here, we need to make a decision," Xyler announced, trying to keep his voice steady. "We must decide whether to take command of the fleet or leave it dormant." Ilara looked at him, concern etched on her face. "This is not just a decision about power, Xyler. It's about responsibility. We must think carefully." Commander Xyler paced the room, his mind racing. "Imagine what we could achieve. We could protect our empire, explore new worlds, and never fear our enemies again. This fleet could make us the greatest power in the galaxy. But at what cost?" Ilara replied, her voice firm. "The humans created this fleet to defend themselves, but it ultimately led to their destruction. We cannot repeat their mistakes." Rena, always eager, jumped in. "But we are different. We can use this power for good. We can learn from their failures." Xyler turned to her. "That's what I'm afraid of. We need to be cautious. If we awaken this fleet, we risk becoming like the humans, driven by greed and war." The crew members murmured among themselves. Some were excited at the thought of command, while others felt a growing sense of unease. The room was filled with conflicting emotions, and Xyler knew they needed to reach a consensus. Just then, one of the Zelthari leaders, General Kalthor, entered the room. He was known for his aggressive tactics and thirst for power. "What's all this fuss about?" Kalthor asked, his voice booming. "We have the chance to become the strongest empire. Why hesitate?" Ilara crossed her arms, staring him down. "Because strength without wisdom can lead to disaster, Kalthor. You of all people should understand that." Kalthor laughed, dismissing her concern. We cannot let fear hold us back! This is an opportunity to seize power and show the galaxy who we are. Let us command the fleet and crush anyone who dares to stand against us. Xyler felt the tension rise as the room split into two factions. Half of the crew supported Calthor's aggressive approach, while the other half echoed Ilara's caution. Xyler realized he needed to make a choice, and soon. Let's take a moment to think, he said, trying to calm the rising tempers. We are explorers, not conquerors. We need to decide who we want to be. We have a chance to learn from humanity's past. Let's not waste it. Rena nodded in agreement. We can be different. We can use the fleet to protect and explore, not to destroy. We can show the galaxy that the Zelthari are wise and just. Xyler looked around the room, searching for support. What if we establish rules? We can create a council to oversee the fleet's use. This way, we can ensure it is used wisely and only in defense. Calthor scoffed at the idea. A council? That's weak! We need to act decisively, not waste time with discussions. The universe respects strength. Ilara spoke up, her voice strong and clear. Strength without purpose is meaningless. If we want to lead, we must lead with wisdom. A council will help us balance power with responsibility. The crew fell silent, considering her words. Xyler could see the conflict in their eyes. He knew this was a critical moment for their future. Let's vote, he proposed. We can decide whether to command the fleet and how to do so. This is a decision for all of us. The crew nodded, and Xyler felt a surge of hope. They would come together to make a choice, one that would shape their destiny. As they prepared to cast their votes, Xylor realized that whatever path they chose, they would need to work together and learn from the past. The legacy of humanity hung in the balance, and he hoped they would honor it. The air in the command room was thick with anticipation. After a long debate, the Zelthari explorers had finally agreed to awaken the fleet, but with strict guidelines. Xyler felt both excitement and fear as he stood before the glowing console. This was a moment that could change everything. Are you ready? Ilara asked, her eyes shining with determination. The crew had gathered around the central console, ready to activate the ancient technology. Xyler nodded, trying to steady his nerves. Yes, Aegis, we are ready to awaken the fleet. Very well, Aegis replied, its voice echoing through the room. Initiating sequence now. As Aegis spoke, the console began to light up with vibrant colors. The symbols on the screen shifted and danced, revealing complex patterns. The crew watched in awe as the energy in the room changed. It felt as if they were on the brink of something monumental. Suddenly, the ground trembled beneath their feet. The Zelthari looked at each other in surprise. What's happening? Rena asked, her voice laced with excitement and fear. The fleet is responding, Aegis explained. The ships are awakening from their slumber. A bright light erupted from the console, casting shadows on the walls. The crew shielded their eyes, amazed at the display. As the light dimmed, holographic images of the war fleet materialized around them. Massive ships floated gracefully in the air, their surfaces gleaming like stars. Xyler couldn't help but smile. Look at them! They are magnificent! The ships were unlike anything the Zelthari had ever seen. They had sleek designs, with curves that seemed to defy gravity. Each ship was unique, reflecting the advanced technology of a long-lost civilization. Xyler's heart raced with pride and wonder. Aegis continued. Each ship is equipped with weapons and defenses unlike any in the galaxy. They are ready for your command. Let's take them out! Calthor shouted, his eyes gleaming with excitement. We can show the galaxy the power of the Zelthari. Ilara raised a hand, her voice firm. Not yet, Calthor. We must first understand the fleet and learn how to operate these ships. We can't rush into battle without knowing what we're doing. Xyler agreed. Ilara is right. We must proceed with caution. Aegis, can you show us how to control the ships? Certainly, Aegis replied. I will guide you through the operation protocols. Each ship has a unique command system, but I can help you learn quickly. As Aegis explained, the crew gathered around the holographic images. The ships floated closer, allowing them to see the intricate details of each vessel. The Zelthari listened closely as Aegis described how to engage the ship's systems, activate their weapons, and navigate through space. Rena raised her hand, eager to learn. Can we practice flying them? Yes, Aegis answered. There is a training simulation available. It will help you understand the ships and their capabilities. Let's do it! Rena exclaimed, her enthusiasm infectious. The crew agreed, excitement bubbling within them. With a few commands from Aegis, the room transformed into a simulated space environment. Stars sparkled around them, and the ships floated just outside the command room. The Zelthari explorers felt the thrill of being in control of such powerful technology. One by one, they entered the simulation. Xyler climbed aboard the Elysium, the flagship of the fleet. As he sat in the command chair, he felt a rush of adrenaline. "This is amazing," he said, his fingers dancing over the controls. The ship responded to his every command, gliding through the stars with ease. Ilara piloted another ship, a sleek vessel named the Vanguard. She maneuvered it with skill, practicing turns and speed. "I can feel the ship's power," she shouted, exhilarated. The others joined in, laughing and cheering as they flew through the simulated space. For the first time in a long while, they felt united in a common purpose. They were not just explorers anymore, they were part of something greater. But amid the joy, Xyler couldn't shake the weight of responsibility. They had awakened a powerful fleet, and the choices they made next would shape their future. As the simulation continued, Xyler vowed to lead with wisdom and honor the legacy of humanity. The Zelthari crew stood in the command room, their hearts full of hope and excitement. They had spent weeks learning how to control the fleet, and now they were ready to take the next step. Xyler felt a mix of pride and determination as he looked at his team. They had transformed from explorers into guardians of a powerful legacy. "Today we will choose how to use this fleet," Xyler announced, his voice steady. "We have the chance to honor humanity's legacy and show the galaxy that we are different. We can be protectors, not conquerors." Ilara nodded in agreement, her eyes shining. "We have learned from the past. We must use this power wisely. We can explore new worlds and defend those in need. We can be a force for good." Calthor, always eager for power, crossed his arms. "But what if we face an enemy? We should be ready to fight if necessary. Strength is important." Xyler understood Calthor's concern, but he wanted to find a different way. "Strength without purpose can lead to destruction. We must not repeat the mistakes of the humans. We need to show the galaxy that we can be powerful and peaceful." The crew looked thoughtful. They had spent so much time learning to fly and fight, now they faced the true challenge, how to wield their new power responsibly. Rena, full of energy, stepped forward. "We could create a peace mission. We can offer help to planets in trouble and show that we are here to protect, not to conquer." Xyler smiled at her idea. "That's a great plan, Rena. We can travel to nearby systems, offer assistance, and share what we have learned. This fleet can be a symbol of hope." As they discussed their plan, Aegis interrupted. "If you wish to promote peace, I can assist in identifying systems that need help. There are many worlds suffering from conflict or disaster." "Let's do it!" Ilara exclaimed. "We can start our journey as protectors right away." Xyler felt a surge of excitement. "All right, team, let's prepare the fleet for our first mission. We will show the galaxy the true power of the Zelthari." As the crew worked together, the atmosphere was filled with a sense of purpose. They prepared the ships for their journey, ready to become a force for good. Xyler felt proud of his team. They had come so far, and now they were ready to make a difference. A few hours later, the fleet was assembled in the vastness of space. Xyler took a moment to look at the magnificent ships around him. The Elysium, the Vanguard, and others floated in formation, ready for their first mission. Each ship was not just a vessel of war, it was a symbol of hope and unity. "Aegis, set the course for the nearest system in need of help," Xyler commanded. "Course set," Aegis replied. "Destination, the planet Thera. Reports indicate they are facing severe drought and food shortages." As the fleet surged forward, Xyler felt a sense of excitement and responsibility. They were no longer just explorers, they were a fleet of peacekeepers. When they arrived at Thera, the sight was heartbreaking. The once thriving planet was now dry and cracked, its people struggling to survive. Xyler ordered the ships to land in a safe area. As they disembarked, the Zelthari were met by the leaders of Thera. The leaders looked weary but hopeful. "Are you here to help us?" one of them asked. "Yes," Xyler replied, stepping forward. "We are the Zelthari, and we have come to offer our assistance. We want to help your people and restore your planet." Ilara spoke up, her voice warm and sincere. "We have advanced technology and knowledge. Together, we can find solutions to your problems." The leaders of Thera exchanged glances, their expressions shifting from doubt to hope. "We accept your help," one leader said, tears glistening in her eyes. The Zelthari quickly got to work. using their technology to create water purification systems and farming techniques that could help Thyra recover. As they worked, they shared knowledge and stories, forging a bond with the people of the planet. Over time, the Zelthari fleet became a symbol of hope and peace across the galaxy. They traveled from planet to planet, offering assistance and support. Xyler and his crew had chosen a path of unity, and they were determined to honor humanity's legacy by spreading peace. As Xyler looked at the stars, he felt a deep sense of fulfillment. They had awakened not just a fleet, but a mission to protect and uplift. The legacy of humanity lived on through them, and they were ready to continue that legacy with pride and purpose.